bonding. So the thing created during those time and came into life and said that we have an idea and let's start our entrepreneurial journey. So over here, I took a decision to diversify from being a working professional to become an entrepreneur in just a day or 1.5 day maximum. After discussing this thing with my family, where they were always happy to allow me whatever I wanted to do. So there was a green signal from that side. And apart from that, I discussed with two my close friends, and they also blindly said yes. Okay, this is the time, do it. And I always wanted to be into business, but this is something new. This is entrepreneurship and all. So over here, second point from my side is, in life, do take a risk, but in a calculated manner. Don't go for the a haphazard way or in a risky way. Do the calculation of the risk and the rewards. So if I tell my story, at that given point of time when I took a decision to become an entrepreneur in just one day, my legs have had shaken. To be very honest, this is a drastic change for me, because for 5 years I have been doing auditing. I was into finance, accounts, taxes, laws, and alike. And now, as an entrepreneur, everything was new for me. Because I had to do sales, I had to do marketing, I had to do the HR work, I had to do the accounting, I had to do the business development alike, which was completely new to me, and I was having zero experience into that. So few initial days were a little bit shaky for me. Of course, new things takes time to settle down, but if I tell you now, I mean to date, I can say proudly that that was the best decision of my life, to become an entrepreneur. Because this 6 7 years of journey have been bumpy, but I have grown like anything. I mean, entrepreneurship have given me everything which I wanted, and many a times things which I never expected that this would come and fall for me also. So taking a calculated risk is advisable, and the rewards will follow. Never worry upon the rewards, that how much you would work being an entrepreneur, how much you will get paid for it. Um, One thing I have learned, and one thing I've believed, that whatever you do, whatever you pick up in life, uh, take a firm decision. Once you make a decisions after giving 1,000 thoughts that you have to do this, no matter how 10,000 adverse thoughts come to you a day before or going forward, never ever distrust or disbelieve your decision, the original one. Stick to it, and things would follow in terms of monetary, non-monetary, every kind of rewards and alike. So as I mentioned, that I was not aware about the sales, I was not aware about the marketing, business development. It was a complete shift for me. So but one thing I realized is, whatever product or whatever services we had invented at that given point of time, that was a premier one. Nobody did it before for the Indian markets, for the domestic markets. And it was very much similar in the sense, for first 5 years, I did audits for being a auditor. My clientele base was corporates. So the product and the services which we were building and rendering was for the auditors and the corporates only. So this was a direct matchmaking for me, where though I was not aware about the sales, marketing, business development, but I was knowing my audience, who would be my prospective customers, who would be my prospective clients, who would pay us, that were chartered accountants and their clients, which was the corporates. But yeah, so that's how the things started working slowly and gradually. There were lots of setbacks where I purely remember one incident where, along with my friends, we went for the first meeting with an auditor in Mumbai, and we went with the wholesome 36 slides of the presentation, 36 slides of the presentation, because I admit we were new, we were not knowing how to do sales, how to do marketing and alike. uh, we thought whatever we have, let's carry everything, and whatever they would require, we would give them and pitch them and present them and alike. So that's how we carry 36 slides. But when you take a decision to learn something, when you are into the process, things would fall for you. I mean, there would be people who would support you. There would be resources who would help you to polish your skill or build the skill. But I learned after many setbacks, after many challenges. I learned marketing myself. That first understood that what is marketing, what is sales, what is business development. In all these three, there is a thin line. So I learned from a conceptual point of view and then applied in a practical manner. So there was a time when I believe last meeting when I attended in 2018, uh, I used to go for with a 4 slides or a maximum 5 to 6 slides of presentation. Why? Because after continuous 2.5 3 years of into the process, after the learnings, you automatically get an idea that what is working, what is not working, what would be demanded, what would be required, and how you should present, and what's requirement in terms of priorities, in terms of creamy things, in terms of everything. So that was a great learning for me, because if I would have stopped myself after those shaky days that this is not my cup of tea, today I wouldn't have learned the sales, marketing, business development, HR, tie up with the vendors, and alike. So I never limit yourself in terms of learning. When anything comes to you, any opportunity or anything comes to you, accept it. There is no rocket science. Everybody, end of the day, learn, apply, and that's how we grow as a human beings. So never back out, never fear. Take things in a challenging manner and work upon it, because end of the day everybody works, so do we have to. And that's how things work. My third point is have patience. Many times what happens is, when I entered into this ecosystem, even I was exposed to this fancy and glamorous things about the giant companies which were earlier startup companies and have grown big, seeing those founders, their net wealth, how their lifestyle is and alike. So everybody does it. But over here, we have to be very patient enough in the sense that patience should be a part and parcel of us as a human being as well as an entrepreneur. Because see, there is a logic. We are creating something new, which is not existing into the market, or which the world has never experienced before. So when we create something new, it will take time. It will take time to get accepted. It will take time to get habituated to the people. And slowly and gradually, there would be a time where things would be normal from your side and from the customer side, who would also pay you. So having a patience is very much important. And learn, master your skill set. Now over here, as I mentioned, I was not aware about the sales, marketing, never. But I had to learn, because there was no any other option, there was no backup. Because even if I become a businessman, there was the required skill set of a sales or the marketing, at least at the basic level. But over here, I took it in a positive manner, that being an entrepreneur, it's everything on us. We are own managers, we are own interns, we are on everything. So in fact, it's the best thing, and it's the best period to do everything by your own self. You would be exposed to different domains, different areas. And that's how Why I'm mentioning masters over here, that see, until unless we won't try out new things, we won't come to know what's working for us, or what is if I hadn't tried doing sailing, I never knew that I can sell well. If I never tried marketing myself, I never handled the social media handles of my all the companies which I'm part of right now, or never trained my further teammates to how to market and what's the marketing is all about. So open uh, open yourself. I mean, in terms of horizons, be broad nature. I mean, if you don't know anything, that's very much okay. Everybody learns and then do it and then apply and then we grow. So whenever you get a chance, at least master a skill set at minimum a one or a two, where you should be the bestest person in your team met or in your company, wherever you are. I mean, in terms of expertise, in terms of experience, in terms of everything. So having a skill set is very much important in today's world, that would take us for a long period of time. So that's how that journey carried on for 3 years, and today that company is having around about 400 plus clients, and we started in late 2015, and we are in 20, so in 5 to 6 years of journey, it crossed 400 plus clients and a team of 15 people. Two angel rounds in terms of investments from the friends, families, and a group of angel investors. Um, Along with it, we have partnered with the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, ICI. Remember, I opted for the CA, did auditing. So all the auditors are registered with the ICI on an official manner. So now we have partnered with the parent only, that's ICI. So it's like one too many of marketing and one too many of promotions. So that's a kind of a good achievement for this company, having a tie-up with the ICI. And we started with the one services. When we started in early 2016, we started only one service, one type of services, which we thought is the requirement of the auditors and their clients, and which we thought that that's the problem or the loophole and the gaps. But right now, this company is having around about 10 plus in total services. So also over here, um, we it's not always that what we know is the best, what they are looking for is the exact what we are providing. No, we have to be into their shoes. I mean, end of the day, if you see logically, whatever we are building, whatever we are making for the clients, our audiences and alike. So after a given point of time, they only told us that this is the problem, this is the requirement, this is the need, and that's how the company started building and grew. So right now that company is doing well at a very good stage. I am part as a set over there. But there was again a turning point in 2018, you can say 3 years back. So if I touch upon and connect the dot to the very first few minutes, you remember I used to work at the tender age of 10 years into my family business and all that. So at that given point of time, 3.5 years back, I was in a situation in the sense, I can call it a natural call only or natural force only, where I had to carry the legacy forward of my family business as a third generation. Because I have grown up doing that, and it was a kind of emotional attachment towards that business and towards the tourism industry. So I took the charge again and took it in a full-fledged manner, where there also we used to serve only one location 3 years back, but right now we are serving 14 plus locations in total across India. So if you see, everything is linked up over here. If I wouldn't have chosen the CA, first of all, if I wouldn't have gone to Mumbai, I wouldn't have reached over here. I went to Mumbai, I did my studies, I opted for the CAs, took a turn to become an entrepreneur, built the product which was premier for the CAs, and then after becoming a serial entrepreneur. So that's how the twist came, and my entrepreneurial journey extended in a serial manner, and where I took the charge of the family business. And so, just for the clarification, that part got over here, and the new part comes up, which I believe is a main and again important, because we all were hit because of the pandemic 2 years back. So in 2018, I took the full-fledged manner. Things were going well. And coming from an entrepreneurial journey, I was very much clear that how to build the innovative products, or how to make the new products and the new ways of the serving and out and alike. So things were going well for around about 2 years, but then the pandemic has to come. And it was March 25th, where we all were hit by the pandemic and we all were into lockdown. And the tourism industry was the very first industry to get badly hit because of this, because travel had stopped completely. We all were isolated, and there was no operations, there was no business as in life. So there were situations where many famous travel companies and many old players got wiped out from the industry, because no operations, no business for a long period of time. But coming back to my first point, where my mind was already set to become businessman and then entrepreneur and serial entrepreneur. So I was prepared enough to with the full of hopes and with the full of confidence that something would work out. I mean, it's not like that it's an end of life. It's not a question of life and death. I talked to myself. I mean, I told myself that day that uh, we have come a long way. I mean, we have seen the setbacks also, challenges also. We have enjoyed the successes also. So take this again as a new chapter. Take this again as though it might be challenge for the industry, a problem for the industry, but try to hunt for the opportunity in this. Opportunity in the sense that there would be something for you, or there would be something for the industry. It's just that you have to hunt for it and you have to find for it. So never ever give up. So that point of time, there were a couple of relatives who were, advising that this tourism industry is gone, travel industry is gone. Why don't you take up a job? I mean, considering the sustainability and longevity of yourself in life, why don't you take up a job? So this kind of things would come in life. This kind of pandemic, this kind of natural calamities would come. That's natural. It's not in our control. So uh, prepare yourself in a way that no matter what come we go, we should never give up, especially on the things which are very much close to us, close to our heart, and the things which we have taken by ourselves, by own self decision. We have taken the charge by ourselves. So no matter what happens, out of 100 people, 98 people can't make it, and only two people don't work, and only two people work. Everybody gives their 100%. Everybody gives their best. But the only difference between those 98 and those two is that 98 give up easily, and those two hold it till the last till the last point. And that's how we call it as a successful person, or they have succeeded in a life. Otherwise, we all are equal. We all give our best. We all do hard work. But the only things identifies or differentiate between these two is they give up and they don't quit ever. So no matter what happens, because you are the best person to take decisions and choice about your life. So never, ever, ever give up in life. In continuation to that, what was the twist point? So when we were hit by the lockdown, I was wondering that we as a people, we as a traveler can't go to the places, but what if we bring places to people's doorstep or to their desktops or to their mobiles? This one thought or this idea got popped up into my mind, and I was wondering, if everything can be done virtual, why can't travel? So that was the root, or you can say the a tiny crop, or the spark got generated into the my mind, that uh, uh, we can do it this I mean we can do the tours, we can do the virtual tours, or in fact we can do the virtual tourism. uh, but I wasn't aware, again, see, I wasn't aware how to conduct the virtual tour, what all things would be required, who all would pay for such things, and who all would entertain us, and give us an opportunity and chance to take them in a tour in a virtual manner. This was all questions coming up in front of me at that given point of time. But again, see, every new things now takes time to build up, but that doesn't mean that we should give up easily. At least we got thought that we can do a kind of virtual tours, and this was the time of March. So I started my research that how we can make people travel in a virtual manner, or rather how we can bring destinations or tourist destinations to their doorsteps, into their desktops or the mobiles, and they can enjoy these things right from their couch itself. So I started working, for it went for around about 3 to 4 months, but I wasn't getting the clarity in terms of that who would pay for us. That was the primary question, because this is new, this we have never done it before, and I'm sure nobody else also did it before. So new things, who would pay for us? So months passed and days passed and alike, but in fact one fine morning, I got text messages from my existing clientele base, international one, through that connects. That Hi Fanil, we see you are into tourism business, and a bunch of people would like to visit India, but in a virtual manner. And we spoke to a couple of the travel of this thing, or nobody is doing it for us. So would you like to take this opportunity and show us the flora and fauna of India in a virtual manner? So I was wondering, God, uh, I have an idea. I was working on this thought. I was looking for the prospective customer who would try this, at least to kickstart it. And eventually they pay or not pay. That was the secondary thing. But I want to test that idea. I want to validate whether this working or it's not working. So I mentioned earlier, I wasn't aware how to do the virtual tour. I never did it before, but I said yes on the moment itself, the same minute itself, I said yes, we can do it. And the very next evening we had a meeting, and the next day morning I'd sent the proposal. And there were around about 3 weeks left to conduct the tours of 2 sessions, but I was not aware what to do, how to do, when to do it, and who would do it, basically, about this. But still, I was cool in my mind, and pretty confident that there would be some way, though it's new, but we'll figure it out. Let's take this opportunity, say yes, and we'll work at the back end when we'll give our best. So that's how I got the first opportunity to conduct virtual tours for the international guest. And I ringed up to my guide, sir, who is put up in one of the metro city, and he is a senior citizen, close to 60. Last month only he became 60, so he was senior citizen. He carries around about 3 decades of experience into tourism industry, and I discussed an idea and an opportunity, but even he wasn't clear that how to do it. So I said I'll figure out how to do it, but you tell me what we can do it by putting the content and how to take up in everything. Because I know, sir, you are guide, and you have till date you have attended thousands of guests, nationally, internationally, both. But your expertise is in terms of make showing the India, though we would be doing in the virtual manner. But yes, this is your expertise, so you take this in terms of building the content and writing the scripts and alike. So he is also very enthu fellow, though touching 60, but very enthusiastic person, very positive person. So see the magic. That's how, when you kickstart, when you decide something, things would fall for you. The people would come to help you out. And I gave him a responsibility that, sir, you decide what destinations to be covered, and accordingly we'll take them in a tour in a virtual manner. And you tell me what all things you would require in terms of content. So he took a day and two, and he was ready with his scripts and everything. But the second challenge was, the guest's requirement was that they want to do a gastronomy journey, that how we Indian people eat food, or how do we cook food, and why do we use so much of spice, and how all things work. Basically a gastronomy journey about India and Indian foods. That how is it possible to give it them in a virtual manner? I again said, so do you know any chef uh, who can do this thing for us and be a part of team, and we can work in a collaborative manner? He immediately connected me to a couple of the chef, and I shortlisted one. Again, she is a senior citizen, and 60 plus and 35 plus years of experience into 15 plus different cuisines, domestically and internationally. But one challenge for me and for them was to, they never faced the laptop, or they never face the technology in terms of doing their work, basically of guiding or cooking or teaching how to cook, basically. So I said, that's okay, you tell me yes, and I'll figure out things. I take the onus and responsibility of training you or making you tech driven in for next 3 weeks, and responsible for your domain, that is guiding So they both said yes, and I was at a relief, though 10%, but I was relief at a 10%. But the main things was on the way, that how to do it, basically. But then, see, when you don't know how to do it, the best thing is to the